Introduction. Social science is the investigation of human social connections and organizations. Human science's topic is differing, extending from wrongdoing to religion, from the family to the state, from the divisions of race and social class to the mutual convictions of a typical society, and from social steadiness to a radical change in entire social orders. Bringing together the investigation of these differing subjects of study is human science's motivation of seeing how human activity and awareness both shape and are formed by encompassing social and social structures. It is an energizing and lighting up field of study that breaks down and clarifies essential matters in our own lives, our groups, and the world. At the individual level, human science researches the social causes and results of such things as sentimental adoration, racial and sex personality, family struggle, degenerate conduct, maturing and religious confidence. At the societal level, human science inspects and clarifies matters like wrongdoing and law, neediness and riches, bias and segregation, schools and training, business firms, urban group and social developments. At the worldwide level, human science concentrates such marvels as populous development and movement, war and peace, and monetary improvement. Let's not waste any more time and dig into the book to see what we have got in here for you. Chapter 1. What is sociology? Starting off with the most basic question always helps. I'm going to introduce you to the basics of this subject first, so that we can discuss it in details later on. We always tend to talk a lot about topics while being completely unaware of the basics of the subject. Sociology, a very complex term in itself, comprises of the scientific study of the human behaviours and the society, the interactions between the members of the society, etc. While a sociologist is conducting his research, he is going to be interested in getting to know more about the culture of a particular region, the social groups that are present in that are as well as the other organizations there, the criminology of that region, the social inequalities and other issues that are prevailing in the society. Basically, the list is never ending and it could go on, but the point was to let you know the kind of things that are a sociologist interested in knowing. You'll become more and more accustomed to the human society and its norms once you get to study this discipline in more details. The subject itself is further divided into branches that include anthropology, economics, political science and psychology, etc. I can explain the brief difference between psychology and sociology, because most people tend to confuse the two, by telling you that in psychology you study the behavioral patterns of individual beings, but when it comes to sociology, you're going to study the pattern that is followed by the whole society. We have all seen certain behavioral norms that are present only in a particular geographical region or in a particular race, etc. This is exactly what we study in sociology. The origin of sociology. Like any other subject, there is a lot of dispute on how it all started, but most people agree on it that Ibn Khaldun, an Islamic scholar, was the first person ever to introduce the concept of sociology. He is known as the father of sociology because he was the one who introduced the concept of social conflict and social cohesion. He convinced people to think of these things on the basis of scientific reasoning. The word sociology itself has Greek and Latin origins. Sociology, a discipline. The University of Chicago holds the title of being the first ever university to introduce the subject of sociology formally. The introduction of this subject was important in order to study the diverse cultures that are spread all over the world. It is not important for you to understand how it all started. What is important to know is that why was it made a discipline of the universities? Why was the need felt to study this subject separately? The foundation of sociology was laid upon the basis of positivism and anti-positivism theories that we are going to elaborate later in the book. At this point, you must be feeling really intrigued, and why shouldn't you? Don't worry, it is going to get more and more interesting as the book unfolds. You are going to enjoy the different aspects of this topic that are going to come forward. By now, you know the basic definition of the subject, at least, don't you? Well then, let's move on the next chapter and explore it for more details. Chapter 2. Branches of Sociology. Here, in this chapter, I'm going to enumerate the branches of sociology so that you get to know more about the topics that this subject covers. Theoretical Sociology. Theoretical sociology is one of the most complex branches of sociology. We study how the relation between the social facts of the world, as well